So where are we headed next? Blood of the Killer is next. This is kind of... How much were the tickets again? I am becoming increasingly skeptical that all the young people love it. This way, probably. Yep, here we go. Blood of the Killer with some birds and some kind of bird lady. Okay, let's see where this goes. I see the killer back there. Haven't seen him for a couple. It's just a regular night in the big city. Yes, that's what I'll say. They don't know that I'm delivering a package. It's dark. What's inside? I'll never tell. I feel it moving softly in my pocket. That's regular, don't think about it. Oh, this is trippy. What the fuck is going on? Huh? Oh, this is so confusing. Where the fuck are you, BB? Where in the hell are you going? Ugh. Okay, I got so turned around. I think I'm back on track. Don't think about it. 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 Hi. Ugh. That's right. I meant to try looking it up next time I had one of those dreams. Well, these things are always open to discussion. Dream Interpretation Travel Guide 5e, Travel Edition. Dream of Snakes, a lucky dream which portends success in business and in snakes. Dream of Water. Like the water, you too shall receive lottery jackpot dividends. Dream of delivering a package. Violent death impending. Don't make plans. BB's report. It's 10 a.m., and I'm heading out of the city to investigate a Zine deal gone wrong. In the small town of Rivertown, a new distro has started with assistance from XX City, but recently, communiques from the town have stopped appearing. As the only one who has a rail card, I was appointed to re-establish contact and report on the progress of the scheme. The name of my contact is Clarice. Bong. The next stop is Rivertown. The final stop is Rivertown. The train no longer stops at Factory. I mean, it sounds fine, but what do I do if she's just been too busy to call? Break her legs? Alas, our organizational charter commits us to accountability in the scene. I have never even been out here before. Maybe I should try to be more worldly. People are staring at me in the station, so I smile and wave back. That's how you do things in the country. Welcome to Rivertown, home of the Drinky Bird. Visit world's largest drinky bird while you're here. Wow. You see, this is what you find when you take the time to expand your horizons. Is this the world's largest drinky bird? This statue commemorates the 200 workers incinerated by the Great Drinky Bird Factory fire of 19XX. On the other hand, tourist stuff is pretty much the same all over. In brochure speak, this town is picturesque. I'll find out what that means someday. The houses are pretty, but half the doorways are bricked up, as if this place were set on becoming its own shrine. You are here. I am here? Well, Clarice's place isn't far, but I don't even have her number. Won't it be weird if I just show up? Maybe I should buy her a sandwich or something as well? Yeah, let's go to the store. Looks like they only sell Drinky Birds, though. Rows of wooden, non-functional little Drinky Bird statuettes are the only thing for sale at the street kiosk. Are these things a lost technology? Maybe they keep the real ones for connoisseurs. A beautiful remnant of the town's prosperous heyday, sealed and preserved by the Historical Society. Well, the bricks are a bit much, but I guess I can't blame them for being thorough. Why is the water red? Beneath me is the town's famous river, the stained red by generations of opaque industrial processes. A real taste of the pastoral. I wonder if I can get a postcard while I'm here. Oh, Jesus. There literally is, like, a stream like that. Like, somewhat near where I live. There's a fucking creek that is just, like, just red from, like, rust and whatever the fuck. When I visit somewhere new, I always find myself imagining what it'd be like if I lived there. If this road were the one I walk down every day, expected and invisible. The same trips to the shops and the bus stop, only now infused with mystery. Like I could be looking at my life from the outside. Hi, are you following me? As if I were myself to become a stranger. I wonder if watching Gilmore Girls has given me inflated expectations around small town life. There's someone following me. Anyway, if I have these directions right, Clarice's apartment should be right in the middle of that smoldering wreckage. Uh-oh. Birdtown #1. History issue. Oh man. Poor Clarice. I hope she got out in time. What?
Don't worry, I'm a murderer.
Yes? Don't worry, I'm a murderer.
Boy, was I surprised to hear they'd sent 2 of us out here. I guess this town must be a bigger deal than it looks. Incidentally, where's your mask?
I'm incognito.
Well, good news. I'm nearly through with my report. Yes, this case is very nearly closed. Maybe you wasted a trip. Just 1 or 2 loose ends. Listen, here's a list of other places on the same supply chain. Check them out and try to reestablish contact. And don't tell anyone who isn't a murderer, or I'll have to beat them slowly to death with a hammer. On second thought, tell whoever you like.
Gee, thanks. Well, I'd better go. Unsafe travels.
Unsafe? Wow, what a pro.
Oh. Man, what was that all about? Was that guy looking for Clarice? It didn't seem like a good time to ask him to clarify. Well, it's not like I have any other leads, and some of these do seem like places you might drop off a zine. Oh, this is so cute. I love this. Map of Rivertown. The store? Record store. Excuse me, would there be a record store around here? Follow the smoke. Oh. Well, he may have exaggerated a bit. Any smoke here will have already disappeared along with the owners. Melted 78s form thick black puddles in the ash. 78s? I don't know what that actually is. Blue D. Hans and his Night Stranglers. Live from the Bird Museum. I wish I'd had a chance to poke around in here before it burned. You can find good stuff in these little record stores. I've never even heard of any of these bands. A sturdy if charred brick passage stretches out behind a collapsed shelf. Is this the way to the employee lounge? Well, it's probably not the lounge. The air feels different here, like I've walked into a much larger structure. Is this a transport tunnel or something? Something? What's with all the crates? Surprisingly vibey music for the situation at hand. Tightly packed bundles of rubber horror masks. A sticker on the side reads XX City. But is it from or to? Hey Mandy, I'm thinking aloud, but wouldn't it be a lot easier to follow this girl if we just broke both her legs? I mean, as inconspicuously as possible. That's a good point, Andy, but we've got to stay undetected. I've got it! Let's kill her first. Then we can break her legs and follow her around. Yes! Wait, hold on. I feel like we are missing something here. But what? But what? How many possible combinations are there for A, killing her, B, breaking her legs, C, following her around? Maybe we could experiment until we found one that felt right in the moment. Where's option D, none of the above? I see, an iterative approach. Well, that's 6 possibilities unless we do some of them more than once. But does the perfect combination really exist? Handy, I want to believe it does.
Hello?
Hi. Oh, aren't you just the cutest little murderer? Yes, you are. You're going to be executed for your crimes against history. Yes, you will. Stop that. Wait, why does everybody in this town think I'm a murderer? Is it just the coat? No use denying it. We've already seen you around with notorious criminal, Murderer X. Also, we've been reading your zine, a truly heinous document that records your many crimes. July 3rd, Cannibal Blood Feast. July 10th, more knife murders. July 13th, Decomposing Corpse. Those are bands! It's called a scene report! Also, wait, did you really read my zine? Like, all of it? What did you think? A little prolix. But that's not a problem you'll have anymore. Everyone's a critic! So many masks. Can I dive in and hide? Why would anybody store their masks this way? I see a door up on top and clamber on, greasy rubber Dracula masks slipping out in great cascades beneath my feet. I still hear my 2 pursuers, but hopefully it's even harder to climb up that stuff in heels. Did I fall into a war between rival party supply chains? You know, this is a very high-end horrible mask facility for such a little town. I wonder who's running it, and hope I never have to find out. Kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you! Ouch, ouch! What did I actually learn from all that? Well, at least there are 2 people in this town who bother keeping up with zines. I wonder if they've ever met Clarice. Okay, I didn't learn anything from that. But the next place I go will have some answers. Let's go to the street market. A town's secret history is at the junk store. That's what I'd say if I hadn't accepted my own little rat-like impulse to dig around in piles of used clutter by now. Still, you find things out. Entering crate mode, I rummage and discover cookery books, bits of wire, machine parts, old video game consoles, used medical textbooks with horrifying illustrations. The search goes on. Oh god, more of this fucker. Underneath the Bort dolls, I pull out a box of ancient drinky bird figurines, but whatever strange alchemy once made them drink has long departed. Sweet bird of youth. Is that BB? Nobody glances at me as I explore, which is possibly some roundabout way of asserting vendor's dominance. Well, there's no sign of on the warehouse in the back to say it's not part of the sale area. Why is that just beefy on a painting? I wonder if they keep the good stuff back here. Fragments of decrepit industrial machinery are stacked haphazardly around the corridor. Probably this is the good stuff to someone. The drawers of the old office desks are stuffed with rotting, mulched receipts. The header on one reads, Golden Bird Co. LLC. Are these all from the Drinky Bird place? They really tried to scale. Old cogs and rubber casting trays. The outline printed on them seems familiar, like a face I glimpsed once in a dream. At the back of the last table I find a binder. The words Drinky Bird Mark II, production notes, are written in Bureau on the spine. I open it up and find some kind of crazed essay about sword fighting a bear? What? We see that in the organic world, to the same degree that reflection gets darker and weaker, grace grows ever more radiant and dominant. But just as two lines intersect on one side of a point and after passing through infinity suddenly come together again on the other side, or the image is a concave mirror suddenly reappears before us after drawing away into the infinite distance. So too does grace return once perception has traversed the infinite, such that it simultaneously appears in the purest human bodily structures that are either devoid of consciousness or which possess an infinite consciousness, such as the jointed mannequin or the god. Okay. Okay. Why are we approaching this? This seems like a bad idea to approach. This doesn't seem like something we want to get closer to. Clarice? Wait, 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 wait. She is swinging that thing. I'm Clarice? Oh my god, am I am I chasing BB now? So is that Clarice or not? Maybe she just didn't recognize me? That was a really fun sequence. These games are so small, but they're doing a lot of really like fun things with the format, with this map and being the other character and stuff. I appreciate seeing the little attempts at just like trying new ways of showing information. You know, not to sound jaded, but I feel like I already have a good idea which building here will turn out to have been the book depository. Doesn't this place have a fire department? Mysteriously uncharred pages in the wreckage. Were they placed here after the fire? What do they say? A true secret history of the murderers and wreckers by a concerned citizen. The wrecker history of the murderers and wreckers, that is the false history which stands in place of the true history evident to the merest child, is the false history which the wreckers and the murderers seek to substitute for the glorious true history of the world. The truth of history is a beautiful house filled with statues, etc., and it is the people without history, the murderers and wreckers and conspirators who stand outside this house try to break in through the windows in their order to replace everything with their disease history and their wrecker history, which a child can tell is the false history, but which nevertheless is passed to us as the real history and the true and opposed to the really true and the really truly real history, which is that of the houses and the monuments and factories and statues and beauty and truth and such like, which again a simple child can detect and point to, say that this is the true and this is mine and this is the true history passed on to... What is this shit? To betray the true history, to imply our fathers had passed to us the false coin of the false history as our glorious inheritance, the ultimate betrayal is in rejection of the betrayal of our fathers, that we identify and reject the false history of the non-fathers and the wreckers, murderers, etc. from outside the history of the dismal room, outside the grand and meaningful museum of world history filled with monuments, etc., built from our fathers. Our duty, our inheritance, to maintain this inheritance and reject the false inheritance of the murderer history that the murderers and wreckers insinuate is the true history, the real history, but which we ourselves know is for certain the opposite of true history. It is the false history and the false coin that diminishes the coin inheritance of the great history of our fathers and their coins, and it just keeps going. Hey! Wait a minute! Come back here! Why is this guy running away from me? On the other hand, why am I chasing him? Well, I must admit it makes a nice change from the usual way around. The walls will ooze green slime. My vengeance needs blood. Return of the Master.
The spoils of Boynton, mine at last. What? Who's there? No, it can't be. You're...
Ah! Nobody appreciates the classics. I wonder where the hat guy went. Is this some kind of private cinema? Decades of motoring promo posters molt off as I pass by. Feels like I'm the only person to be in here for years.
Another mangled corpse. But how? If only every aspect of this case weren't suffused by such exquisite ambiguity.
Theater sealed as a historic document for the benefit of future generations. Well, as a future generation, I just wish they'd dust. What exactly is this place trying to preserve?
We've worked in the dark. We can do what we can. Ow! Ha ha ha!
The desk in the office is slightly less cobwebby than anything else around. On it, I find a shredded copy of Clarice's Zine, and a flyer for the Rivertown Historical Society. Well, I did want to visit some tourist stuff while I was here. Alright. Historical Society. Sure. After wandering a while down alleys, I eventually tracked down the Rivertown Historical Society. It's pokier than I was expecting. But I guess it's plusher on the inside. Glass bird eyes stare back at me from every corner of the room. Is this history? Therefore, I have sailed the seas and come to the holy city of Byzantium. Welcome, welcome, lover of history. Welcome to the Museum of Mechanical Birds. Yes, more than just drinky birds, though they form the firm foundation on which our fair town is built. We must strive to see beyond them, move beyond them, as our fathers did. Yes. The immortal golden bird. glory of changeless metal. Well, plastic, but the tradition remains the same. Alive, vital, living, unliving. Images of grace, images of fear. Machines of burnished gold adorned to the great court of Byzantium, and their function was to terrify, to demonstrate wealth and skill, and suggest these things might be turned upon the viewer. A beautiful tradition that continues on today. Contemporary mechanical birds include the military industrial complex, video games, and the internet. Yet what more might we find by following this river to the source? At points of widening, income disparity, similar icons are always required, and so my father, decided to take our novelty amusements factory into a new direction. One which could catch and manifest the shape of history. New birds for a new age. Yes? Then what happened? Alas, the factory burnt down after construction of the first prototype of Drinky Bird Mark II. The town was never the same, but I still think we'll catch the culprits someday. Won't you put your name and address in the guest book? Commemorative t-shirt? Ashtray? Mug? Sorry, It's a mechanical bird thing you wouldn't understand. Man, I'm never gonna wear this shirt. Attention, patrons. Patrons, attention. I think I'm finally out of leads. Is it a breach of fake detective etiquette to just go home? Don't get up. Open mic time is about to begin. Please enjoy the first act in an hour of amateur music stylings. Ever take a walk downtown and find some time to look around? If you see me and I walk on by, oh darling, please don't cry. Tonight we'll meet at the dark end of the street, you and me. Nearly getting killed is bad enough without having to listen to musical numbers about it. I've been here all day, and what did I even accomplish? I'm sick of it. I'm going home. The Zine committee will have to cut their losses. What do I pay my dues for anyway? Well, admittedly, the tote bag is kind of cute. Nevertheless, I'm out of here. A train pulls up just as they reach the station, and I hop on board. Great. I didn't find out what happened, but that's just how it goes. That's life. That's how I'll wrap it up. This seat is the comfiest thing I've ever felt. It's polyester or something. They should roll me up in this when they put me in the grave. This train is now departing. The next stop is Factory. The final stop is Factory. Uh-oh. Oh! Wait, don't kill me! Hey, where'd they go? What does it say? Bless Ismes? I don't know where I am, but I appear to have both eyes and most of my blood. Were those two just posers after all? A cool night breeze comes in the open door. Statues half submerged in ivy heap up on the lawn. Unlit factory buildings spread out in the distance, leading inexorably toward the mansion on the hill. The door's wide open. Aren't they afraid somebody might steal all their clocks? Hey, there's a mimeograph. I've always wanted one of these. Smudged carbon copies are piled ankle deep across the floor, sternly announcing the dangers of unfettered mimography. Mimography. What do these letters say? Dear Sis, first warn my warm compliments upon the previous day's Mary Worth cartoon, which I found both delightful and instructive. I have enclosed more ideas. However, I note with dismay that your decision not to comment upon the increasingly outrageous price of cinema popcorn, a scourge which it perhaps funds drug or gang activities, see brief letters. Decline of moral values, rivers of blood. Can they legally call it a happy meal if eating one makes me depressed? Please print this letter. Faithfully yours, a concerned citizen. Ogon Birdo? Man, these things are bleak. Wait a minute. Dear Sis, I hope this epistle finds you well. Here's an idea for the new Mary Worth cartoon. Feel free to use. In the cartoon, Mary Worth is depressed and sad and down in the dumps about her life. The life that was promised and the life that was had in the ruins of her parents' Drinky Bird factory, the rubble of a dynasty that never came to pass. When she starts to read a poorly printed Zem is that she picked up on the record store with a sticker on the cover calling it a zine. The zine says it's about history, and so she reads it, but it is not history, it is a bad dream, and a horror story which all the names and faces she reveres from books and statues reappear instead as torturers and killers, as toadies and functionaries of a charnel house, and as she reads, she feels as though the beautiful history she adores and worships has been replaced by a lake of blood that has no bottom, and everyone she knows is sinking in the lake, and so is her house. It is at this point the comic strip that Merriweather has a grand realization. She realizes all recorded history is the object of a vast conspiracy, and that the name given to this conspiracy is that of Zine's acronym, and this conspiracy was the worm in the great apple that is history, and the reason that apple now turns to shit in her mouth, and that her life will continue to get worse and worse until the evil conspiracy of records can at last be smashed and killed and put to an end. Please give credit if you use this cartoon. Constructive feedback welcome. Yours faithfully, a concerned citizen. I did wonder if that was too good to be true, that there were people who actually read these things. Ugh. Clarice. Is she asleep? She's not chasing me. I should go, but this is my chance to see if it's really Clarice under the mask. This is a really stupid decision. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yeah, we made a real mess of her face getting all the pieces inside. This way, please. Don't worry, she's harmless until you turn the key. Mostly we just hang coats on her and stuff. Hey, that's right. Where'd my coat get to anyway? Oh, it's around here somewhere. You didn't really have the figure for it. It was like chasing around the kid from Don't Look Now. Okay, thank you. Next time I'll get all my clothes from the sexy Halloween nurse bin at Party Warehouse instead. Couldn't hurt.
Hello. Yes, that's right. I, heir to the Drinky Bird dynasty, am secretly the concerned citizens whose inflammatory pamphlets had been causing such a stir. I don't really care. The sang-froid expected of a true revolutionary, right down to the classic cell system. Each distro or cadre knows nothing of the others, but you didn't predict what remained of the Drinky Bird Mark II technology could be used to rewire a human brain. A rookie error. Okay. Once we infiltrated the network, it was easy. It was a shame your organization's tendrils had reached so many local businesses, but sacrifices must be made. Interestingly, they all had some sideline involving rubber horror masks as well. Coincidence, I guess.
Why is that the thing you guys are paranoid about? And up here is you. Attention caught by all the carnage. A representative of the National Corps is sent out to review the situation. Admittedly, I didn't think you'd burn down half the town in the process. Who knows what true depravity lurks in the criminal soul? Man, I only got here today. I thought you people were the ones burning stuff down. Don't be silly. If not you, then who? Oh no, the killer! Well, it's nothing you have to worry about. Just give me a second and then this body won't be you anymore. It will be a new thing that has your face and name, and we're going to use it to kill all your friends. Won't that be nice? Nurses, can you bring the blood bucket before I open her head this time? Nurses! You deal with it. Do I smell smoke? Well, I guess that would explain it. Incinerating letters to the editor light up the stairs. Just why is fire safety such an issue in this town? Smoke pours through the carpets and twists into strange shapes in the air. Glimpsed figures, vegetable outlines. I hear the pop of drinky birds exploding in their crates. Emerging and dissolving in the air, reaching hands, a ghost, a staring head, a bloody mask. Is this the history that guy was so keen on? I don't know if I get the appeal. This is the worst work vacation of my life. I can't believe I didn't even get to see the world's largest drinky bird. Ah. Wait, don't... Is that my coat? Thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Incidentally, I'm just here to check in on that zine distro you were putting together. Wah! Okay, maybe that was pushing it. After a while, I made my way off the statue and took the last train home. What remained of the mansion was still burning when I left. I never found out just what happened to Clarice, but they say if you hold a zine event in a quiet country town, she will appear and not buy anything. Okay. So we have Ears of the Killer next. With what looks like a bunch of 90s ass decals. Ears of the Killer. That shirt just says, I'm. Okay. Ears of the Killer. I think this is it. This is finally the time that I murder somebody. ZZ, I just wanted to let you know, I'm preparing to walk the demon's path without honor or humanity. Alright, have fun. Don't try to stop me. I'm a creature of darkness now. You'll probably never see me again. Well, goodbye. Try to put the mirror back behind you on the way out. Where am I going? How do I leave? How the hell do I get out of here? Help! Oh, okay. I thought that was a wall. That's it. I'm vanishing into the abyss. Only one word is sounding through my brain. Kill. Kill. Maybe if the music from upstairs is bugging you so much, why don't you just wear earplugs? I do wear earplugs. I can still tell it's there. It's been 3 days of not getting enough sleep. Since then, I've become more beast than human. Someone who can't be responsible for the horrible crimes they're going to commit. So you're going to slip a passive-aggressive note under the door. It's going to be very snippy. I don't like to do this, but sometimes it comes down to desperate measures. I'd knock on their door, but that's usually a bad idea in this apartment building. Boy, these passages are really starting to fall apart. What's back here anyway? A man dressed as a clown sits unmoving in the empty room. At least he's not playing his records loud. Whatever happened to being neighborly? How come no one else seems bothered by this music? Am I the unreasonable one here? Is this a normal thing to do? Down the pipes come echoes from the whole apartment complex. Footsteps, voices, thumps of furniture being moved in rooms you'll never get to see. Solid night ambiance. Gone, and for what? I'm a simple person who needs 8 hours straight of dim whisper noises and fingernail scuttling in order to be at my best. Is this too much to ask of other people? What about my needs? No, BB, you're so valid. I didn't even think there was anybody on this floor. Thick layers of dust lie undisturbed on plastic ferns. The wallpaper is on a rare nautical theme. Flesh-like sludge seeps out from beneath the door. So much for slipping a note under there. The door itself swings open as if from a secret breath. Yo, what's up? Realistically, this is a job for the custodian, but I'd still like to get some sleep sometime tonight. Where's that sound even coming from? Did somebody leave their radio under the goo? Inside, something like an instrument, I can dimly see a record, turning. What kind of dark relic could be buried in the middle of all this? Midnight sex party at Dracula's house. Exciting surf instrumentals for young people by Blue D. Hans and his Night Stranglers. B-side, Haunted Castle. Copyright Golden Grave Records, 1965. Okay. Ah. What the fuck is going on? This is, like, the most abstract these games have gotten. What the fuck? It's the killer! Okay. Oh. Did he just make me eat a bird? Wow, sensational! Folks, wasn't that poignant? Let's all give a hand to the up-and-coming recording artist, Bebe, with her new song, Forced to Eat a Bird. Remember to support local talent by buying her CD. And now, the act you've been waiting to see. The horrible screaming murderers with their hot new single, Screaming, 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 Screaming. Is that good? I think that's probably somewhat what it sounds like. What the fuck is this? Get me the hell out of here. Did you hear Weepster's new song, 99 Tears? Each tear is from a different person he has strangled and killed. Wow, talk about an emotional sincerity.
Hey, I caught your set. Very milk can. Care to answer some questions for my zine? Zine?
Oh, he said it wrong, like I kept saying it.
For my zine?
It's Zine, as in magazine. Also, where am I? What day is this?
Question 1. What are your influences?
There was a record by Bloody Hans and, like, a house and a bird. Or just something abstract in the shape of a bird?
Like the Holy Spirit?
What? Stab Magazine. Catholicism sweeps new wave. Asked for her opinion on the vernacular mass, up-and-coming recording artist BB replies. Later in the same piece, he calls you the Pat Boone of singing about murder. Fuck, I don't know. What does that mean? Why does everyone who writes a music zine talk that way? Well, I support your dreadful cultural ambitions, but don't you have anywhere else to put all these boxes? I was hoping these were yours. What's inside, anyway? Having fun with Bebe on stage. Yes, pretty much what I was expecting. Well, obviously we have to listen. Death, 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 death. Sounds kinda Beach Boysy. Well, I did sometimes daydream about being a pop musician, although I also liked to imagine I'd be conscious at the time. At least the lyrics will be easier to remember. I just hope I can get rid of these CDs. Zizi, I think Why are you wearing a tie? I just got a job. Some kind of youth group in the Beach District was looking for someone to run their email newsletter. With my knowledge of HTML, I was naturally the top choice. Now I'm officially an office lady, or OL. It's just a matter of time till I start making the big bucks and can finally pursue my dream job of becoming a gothic novel heroine. Couldn't you do that anyway? Turns out to require a surprisingly large amount of starting capital. Incidentally, baby, if you want to ask any advice on finding a job, feel free to ask. It appears I know all the tricks. Thanks, but I seem to have my own thing going on right now. ZZ, can I use your computer to look up something? Sure, just don't look in the other tabs. What are the other tabs? Rockadoodle Girl Chicken Reel? Cement mixing videos, 4 hours. AskBogey.net is where we're at. Bloody Hans and his Night Stranglers fan shrine. It was the toughest case I'd ever handled, but I always had trouble saying no to a dame. How do I turn off the detective? Just ignore him. I still need to update the blocker. Bloody Hans and his Night Stranglers, active 1962 to novelty horror-themed surf active in XX City for an undisclosed period of time. Released numerous albums of nondescript surf rock, overdubbed with stock horror sound effects, of interest to collectors due to recording the world's first and only Esperanto-language surf album, Nikon 2 and Surf, for ESP disc. Association with this label is said to have marked a turning point in the band's use of sound effects. Copies of the band's subsequent recordings were privately pressed and are now hard to find. Midnight Sex Party at Dracula's House is particularly popularly referred to as the only surf record on the Nurse with Wound list. Copies are said to fetch high sums on the 1960s memorabilia market, though it has been some time since any have been found. No other results found for Bloody Hans? Do you mean bloody hands reaching, bloody hands coming towards you in the night, bloody off, hands how to, bloody hands to study to? Related sites, Golden Grave Records. New Age music for new people. Visit our new location, 1252 Pyramid Street, Music Gardens, XX City. 1997 site under construction. Well, it's not like I really have any other place to start. Of course, now I'm gainfully employed, I'll need to find a volunteer to run the table at the Retro Maniacs convention this week. Absolutely not. I'm busy. Only serial killers attend those things anyway. Oh, don't give me that. You hang out with serial killers all the time. I run away from serial killers all the time, not sell them merch. Well, maybe you should monetize your hobbies. Player select? What? Let's see. Pyramid Street is out between the Rat District and the Temple of the Patriarch. That's not too far. One nice thing about this city is that everything is just a skulk away. Like I said, I love that even though these games are just little simplistic games, the dev keeps finding fun little ways to shake things up. Some policemen at the intersection are examining a pool of blood through a comically big magnifying glass. They've closed off the street, but that's okay since I can head down the side. Moonbeam Video? Doctor. That doesn't look like a doctor I want to visit. Street closures. Have you seen this man? I can't believe I didn't even check today's police shape before I left the house this morning. It somehow gets more abstract and sprawling every time. There's another closure up ahead, but I think I can cut through that apartment complex. Maybe? Man, I don't feel at my best today. I still can't get that tune out of my head. Junk leaflets are piled around the door of the lobby. Smiling faces learn guitar or write song lyrics that impress their friends. Nobody's been collecting them lately. It sounds like everyone's already busy. Behind the doors, I can hear movement. Low thumps and clangs, uncertain and irregular, like people working in the dark. Or else like people practicing scales for a type of song I've never heard. Who did put the bump in the bump bump bump? And would you really want to shake their hand? Is that a reference to a song? I don't I feel like that was definitely a reference I didn't get. Well, it's not like there isn't some other dumb fad every few months here, like the unboxing craze. It was almost a relief when they started finding Hey, isn't this the address? Funeral Man Coffin Warehouse?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Me too. Golden Grave?
1 second. Hello, you must be one of the investors. Make yourself at home. Please excuse the mess. You caught us in the middle of some excitingly dynamic organizational reshuffling.
Boy, these are some quality coffins. Just to avoid a comical misunderstanding here, you guys are a music label.
Yes, a label for new music. This way. Please, no more venture capital, no more. Please ignore my soon-to-be ex-business associate. I can assure you everybody here is 100% thrilled by our move into a more creative direction. What you want should be right down the stairs. I admit the change in direction came as a surprise to us as well, but the invisible hand can make no mistakes.
Yeah.
Stacks of old band merch in the basement that we found when we moved in. The copyright had expired. We just thought the name was cool. Bags of money started showing up soon after. That's how I knew. This was the start of a new age, that vast rewards would be awaiting anyone bold enough to drop what they were doing and seize the throne of cultural production. Introducing the stars of tomorrow.
Oh. Are these zombies? Ah!
How? A simple and delicate arrangement of wires. The breeze from our passing is enough to set them twirling. A new dance every time. Tremendous savings.
Okay. Yes, indeed. And are these all, locally sourced?
Oh, we've just been using whatever washes up on the beach. These are the prototype models. It'll be a while yet before we're ready to scale up production. The next step will be getting them to sing. Listen, put your ear up to his chest. Don't be shy. Doesn't it sound exactly like the ocean?
Okay. Unidentified corpse.
Sometimes in my grave, I sit and dream of the world I saw back in the golden age of horror-themed novelty records. Listen, let me tell you about it. Everyone knew it was the next big thing. Every night there'd be another band, private press recordings so amateurish they were sometimes just like a background hiss, like night surf, running, screaming, wearing masks. I didn't know who came up with that. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
It's like meet Watt at home.
I was in a group called the Cat People. At the time, we all thought cat people would be the next big monster archetype like Wolfman or the Mummy. It was an innocent time. We had a sense of purpose then. There was a group every night. They had a maniac killer theme that was very ultra at the time. During sets, they'd stop and pour into the audience. Later on, another body would wash up on the beach. Nobody minded. We all knew it was part of the exchange. Somehow, the scene never hit it big. Things lost momentum at some crucial point. Bands split up, the money never arrived. One by one, people drifted away, back into the straight world. But I never felt disheartened. I knew the life of a glimpse was still out there, buried under history like an unexploded mine. I know that there's a place for me, underneath those waves.
Okay. Let's see what Zizi's up to.
Zizi's...
Is it... Now I'm giving... I can't stop giving people the Meatwad voice now. Zizi's journal. Wage labor, so it's finally come to this. Awful. Penance for my misdeeds in a former life? Well, nevertheless. The grey mouse of despair travels over my duvet. Another beautiful and tragic journal entry. Eventually, I'll package all these up and sell it as a book. Zizi, the poor dead genius whom everyone mistreats. Why not get my posthumous validation while I'm still alive? Well, I'd better get to work. Positive Way LLC, all they said was that it was around the boardwalk somewhere. Can businesses be shy? I guess it's still the off-season. Heaps of unsold beach merch molder crabbily behind the nailed-up doors. Two gulls on the boardwalk are trying to peck apart a plastic clam. Further down the beach, I see people moving towards the water. Are they trying to surf? We don't get any big waves out here. In fact, I'm not even sure that's an ocean. Towels for health. Sassy beachwear. My gamer boyfriend has never been charged for crimes committed in 1988, 1991, and 1993, and if not stopped, he will kill again. And yes, he bought me this shirt. I really need this. I feel like I really need this shirt. I still have time before work, so I decide to catch up on the psychic health of the culture, as revealed by the slogan shirts at the Sassy Beachwear. Future murder victim. I should get this one for BB. The spiral stair seems older than the pier. Seaweed crunches underfoot as I head down. What's that thing they say about seaweed? It only grows above water level or something? What? No? Well, this looks like the place. Time to launch my professional career. I've never really had a job before. Maybe they're good? I'll try to keep an open mind. Positive Way. Hello.
Hello.
I'm the new hire.
That was today? Well, you certainly got here just in time. I used to be in charge of keeping the website up myself, but I'm not hep on the new technologies these days. I mean, HTML3, HTML4, what's next?
Yes, that's how they get you. You made the right call getting me in.
Luckily, I had your desk set up already. It's just back here, past the communal dormitory. This is the main office. The fax machine is still left. As you can see, we're very modern.
Are we the only people here?
Oh, yes, of course. Officially, they're all out on the away mission, but I don't think they'll mind you borrowing a desk while they're away. This is a computer. Use the arrow keys to move around and access sites and programs.
Yes. Wait, why did you hire me if you didn't think I knew how to use a computer?
Nobody else applied.
Well, at least he's paying me. Wonder what their site's like. Yeah, that figures. Red alert, next stage of human evolution imminent. Comet Hyakutake brings closure to the Positive Way research unit. Get paid to read email. Form a downline and get paid even more. Proud to announce on 77XX, research group leader Mr. President officially draws curtain on the human experiment pending graduation to new species or possibly some form of ray. While our human selves will not survive the transition to an extraterrestrial way of life, we are serene and confident that we shall nevertheless be returning soon to spread good news about the world that is to come. Get $10 to start free. Mr. President demonstrates his favorite pyramids on eve of grand voyage. Organizing large trash pickup for the big day. Members relax by hanging 10 upon the waves. Big sale. Positive Way video lecture series. Now $29.95 plus P&P. Limited offer. So you decided to return to the sea. Many have been feeling that leaving the sea was a bad decision. In this hour-long tape, Mr. President explains the pros and cons before coming to a measured and reasonable conclusion. The mundane monochord, know your rights, know your responsibilities. If struck in the more spiritual part, the monochord will give eternal life. If the more material part, transitory life. Many are saying this. Find out why in this catered seminar. Giggles, guffaws, and goofs. The best of laugh time at the compound. Between revelations, Mr. President often keeps the away team in good spirits with his patented collection of wisecracks, impersonations, and good-natured comedy riffs. This hour-long video cassette reveals a lighter side to Positive Way, while also containing important messages about how human life was a mistake. Princess Diana Memorial Award. Look, a job's a job. I'm not running away. I'll just find that guy and try to be very clear about my career expectations. Also, should probably ask for the money up front. A job's a job, I guess, yeah. I don't like the spooky... What the fuck? Dolphin shadows? Why? Building seems a lot bigger than before. Hey, guy.
Oh! I didn't hear you come in. Just working on one of the organization's little revenue sidelines. But sales have really fallen off since Volume 4. I'm starting to think people have had enough of soothing aquatic mammal sounds.
Well, anything is possible.
Alas, you're not seeing the organization at its finest. When I think about the glory days when the group was still together, not yet departed to the level beyond human, vanished to the next dimension, never to return.
Hello. We came back.
Back to BB, I guess. Eventually, Funeral Man gave me the scoop. The rest of the merch they'd found in the cellar was being sold off that day at a memorabilia event. But to get inside, I'd have to do something I swore I'd never do again. To avoid eye contact with potential retro maniacs, I've been catching up with the music press. Baby Death the Life, reviewed by Johnny Murderblood. Can color be a sound? The question, recalling fervid days of undergraduate frenzy, scored to the sound of Gary Monroe's Sally, ambient techno remix, seems somehow both apropos and turgid when applied to the new release from mysterious up-and-coming musical auteur Bebe. It reminds me of an anecdote, blah 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 blah. The Weepster, Weeping the Night Away, once again an album of Lacrimus, I don't know that word, hits from the Weepster. But is that enough in today's political economy? My alter ego's been releasing more material. Where did I even find time for this? Did I pass out in the shower? Luckily, there are no customers yet, so I think I can slip away. The storefront isn't actually registered with the convention. It's cheaper to just set up in a closet and wait for someone to get lost. The main hall. It's busy, but I think I can make it through if I don't look anybody in the eye or express any kind of musical opinion. Actually, these people might be too busy making money to be interested in killing me. There are more suits around than usual. Exactly what are all these people hoping to buy? Cultural workers crowd around the stalls, digging through the boxes of hit clips and moldering teen beat magazines in search of unexcavated desires. Can mankind be doomed to repeat the sins of the past? Caesar films here. All kinds. Little Caesar, Black Caesar, High School Caesar, Deep Space Caesar, Caesar versus the Haunted Moon Women. Fantastic value. Where were the women haunted, or was the moon? Just a toilet. Awesome.
I saw you looking around. Please visit my stall. If you're a true memorabilia head, you'll find many rare items to your liking.
I'm kind of busy right now. I like your mask.
This is a circa 1975 Dapper Dog mask. Are you a Dapper Dog fan? List your top 15 Dapper Dog episodes now.
Wh-
Can't even name a single Dapper Dog episode, yet you think it's okay to make some, I don't know, little comment about my mask? People like you really make me sick. I think I'm gonna have a dream about you tonight. I'm gonna dream about climbing through your window and wrapping my head around your neck. It's a special dream I have about people I despise. Sometimes I'm not even sure if it's really a dream.
How much is this ceramic pineapple in the sunglasses?
That's $400. Isn't he a delightful little fellow? I knew you had taste.
Did I lose him? I feel pretty lost myself. The sound of the convention from behind the walls is muffled, slowed. Could be any year out there. The merch around me yields no clues. Broken down displays from retro revivals long abandoned have been stuffed into the corridor. It's like being in a digestive tract for old band merch. From ahead, I hear the sound of chewing. Consolidating into the new cultural form of the serial killer, just as all previously existing protagonists have been absorbed into the single official figure of the policeman. Further synthesis of the two into a kind of final protagonist of history, or last man would blah 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 blah. This must be the business sector. Consultants are heard at work, pouring through the entrails of the culture, placing expensive bets upon the shape of things to come. Succeeding while dead. What is this? Exhibit hall, novelty horror, nostalgia mixed with blood, the hot sound of the kids today. Is that the drone of the conference speakers that makes me feel like falling forwards, or is there something in me that's responding to their song? Uh-oh, first person time. That's when shit gets scary. Surf's up! Never mind. We're just hanging down out here. The magic of history. Once, prominent theorists fleeing from state violence found accommodation in the beach district of XX City. Through proximity, their doctrine of negation was assimilated into neighboring surf culture in a garbled and mystical form. The Church of the Negative is said to still survive today. Hello?
Excuse me. Sometimes thinking about the harsh realities of showbiz gets me all choked up. I hear you're beginning a musical career yourself. I too would like to be a pop sensation. Ooh, ooh, people call me the Weepster. Isn't that awful? But it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I just want you to know that I feel really bad about all the horrible things we're gonna do to you. Boo-hoo-hoo. I'll probably cry myself to sleep tonight, the same way I do every night. Hit it! I am the Weepster. I am the Weepster. I lead a sympathetic life. I am the Weepster. My heart is breaking on account of all the murders I commit. Day after day, I hunt down my scene rivals. It's so sad, so sad. But can cultural ubiquity really fill the hole within my heart? I mean, maybe. Let's give it a try. Woohoo! I am the Weepster. I am trying to do my best. I am the Weepster. So hard to be an empath in the 21st century connected society. Won't you enjoy wallowing in my unexpected emotional depths? The tear of my career aspirations, are they enough to drown the whole world?
The year is 2XXX. 100 years have passed. I have successfully murdered everybody on the planet and been inducted into the Rock and Roll Museum of Clothes. So tell me why? Why do I still cry? Could it be these final tears are for myself?
Pay attention to my sadness as I'm killing you!
Just a second. I don't feel so...
The world is the sum of things that do not improve!
If you don't start singing, I'm gonna throw up in your shoes.
Each night I look up at the stars through crying eyes, contradicting a miserable
body of the sun and death, his beak into the chest of the dead earth, dreaming, finding there the telephone to voice in the black river, flailing arm, tails endless on end of greenish moistened cardboard, not radiating infinitely outwards, but rather shrinking towards the center of the sky. The red yes, the red no.
There will come a day not marked on any calendar, but they'll fight and perish for the kingdom of the bird.
That was fucking insanity. What am I playing? I want to try the unidentified chord. No, we can't. Back to ZZ.
You're right, that does look more professional.
Positive way, wellness, and emotional health expertise. She's using the fucking corporate blob people. Oh, that's so funny. Be part of a welcoming, mindfulness-oriented community today. Subscribe to our daily affirmations newsletter from 1995. Live pray with streamers near you. Press enter to support our emotional labor at the shop. Oh my god, that was such a good distillation of the fucking like soulless template websites.
You can't just have a wall of text these days. It scares people away.
What's with the little blobby cartoon guys?
Nobody knows, but you gotta have them. The life of a web design professional. Busy. I'd better go make sure the shop's up and running too. We got a lot more traffic after buying all those podcast ad spots.
I
barely even recognize this place anymore. Modifications are being made all the time. New driftwood suites sprouting out of every corridor. Is this what they mean by scaling up?
Ah, it's young Zizi. I heard you've been coming up with some new ideas for our online store.
You bet, boss. For example, Oregon pyramids are all well and good, but why stop there? What about the possibilities of non-pyramidal Oregon items?
Oregon weed leaf, Oregon $, Oregon video game entity. Video game entity. Legally distinct.
Very compelling. You know, it's rare when you get someone of your entrepreneurial abilities joining a death cult. They generally prefer to start their own.
Well, for what it's worth, I'd regard myself more as a temporary employee. Anyway, do you still want me to take stock in the basement?
Yes, good idea. Maybe there's something else we can put up on the store there. Remember, everything must go.
You know, for a startup type of organization, these guys seem to be trying to stockpile as much ready cash as possible. Maybe I should get my CV ready again. Let's see here. Cultist training tapes. Can think of at least 2 distinct types of people who would want to pay for these. Affirmation CD-ROMs, expired calendars, more pyramids, etc. Whole shelves of glossy self-published books, each one proving beyond a doubt the existence of extraterrestrial life. They've never been opened. I wonder where the drought's coming from. Old doors are all over the complex. They're all nailed up. The one behind the shelf swings invitingly open. Well, variants are always worth something.
I saw the door said negative way.
These are some nice corridors. Seems like a shame to let them get all seaweedy. The friendly alien posters were an improvement, though. Why frame empty canvas?
Opposite of a vase.
Some of these might be tough to sell. Well, maybe they do okay on the novelty market. Funny retirement presents, etc. A shelf of old worm-infested books. The words on every page have been carefully scribbled out.
Thesis number 1, the world is the sum of all of the things that are not the case. Thesis number 2, the world, not, never the, no. Thesis 3.
Cold seawater laps at the carpet. From somewhere in the darkness, I hear the barking of seals. Is this the career track I've heard so much about?
Began to disappear piece by piece into the air until nothing was left. The clothes found by the acolytes turned into holy relics, emblems of the negative, the remains of their victims. Oh, there. What is this? Effects track 206, terrified scream 37 with the cheese grater, black hair, blue coat, name not recalled. BW, trapping sound effects, Gurgle 12, the one with the umbrella who came to that party, name not recalled. License under Creative Commons, attribution license, Blue D. Hans, 1963. Of the missing last moments pressed in a new recording, screams repeating over and over left on a rack in the basement of the sound effects library. Possible commercial applications could lease to video game companies. Ask the new hire.
This was the inner sanctum of the old organization, so dedicated to negation that eventually they disappeared themselves. But you can't make a living out of that. I was new here at the time, but it was clear to me that we needed change. Is this not ZZ talking? It was clear to me that we needed a change, a new direction, a new shape, better fitted for the things we saw coming down the pike. We can escape, build a new life, back under the waves, back where there are no waves. A new house to weather the tides of history. You can help us. It can be the start of a new world.
Have you thought about entering upper management? The board and I...
Hello? So, am I getting made permanent or what?
Okay. Back to BB. Oh, okay. Great stuff. What the fuck? Is this an investor meeting or something? She's waking up.
Get the rubber pipe. Locals only. We don't like punk rockers out here. This is Jan and Dean country.
Wait. I'm not even punk. I'm new wave.
There's a new wave?
So the legends were true.
You should go see Mr. President. Mr. President is a great friend of the department. We got a police discount on our Zodiac ratings.
Cops swing their attention away, staring out, unseeing into the surf. It's getting late. Soon the streetlights will come on. How long was they out? Fresh signs taped up on the weathered boards. Discount spiritual opportunities and videotapes. Cheap. I think I recognize the handwriting. Mystic greetings, traveler. Oh, it's you. Hi, baby. How goes the new career, ZZ? Oh, management disappeared. Everyone else lit out with as many office supplies as they could carry, and I think this building might be sinking into the water. Your standard tech role. Right now I'm doing one last round of asset liquidation before fleeing. Turns out this guy online is interested in a box of old LPs I found in the basement sector. Baby, you're into music now. You think these could be worth anything? It's getting late. I can't believe this guy wouldn't wait until tomorrow. You were the one who wanted to get these records off our hands. Besides, if someone wants to give us money, we should respect their priorities. Gossip scoop. Funeral man found dead in his workplace, strangled by an unknown assailant. His brother, Funeral Man, also was killed. It's a sad day for funeral fans. Now remember, once he hands over the money, give all clear and I'll come trade the LPs. It's good to be careful in these kinds of situations. Yes, indeed. Why did he want to meet at the planetarium anyway? He says it makes him feel at home.
It's a fucking alien.
Hey there. Thanks for coming out tonight. Aren't the stars pretty? Isn't it a nice night? Do you think the world is basically good or basically bad? Man, I just work here. Good answer. Ever since I heard your CD, I knew we had a lot in common. And people used to say, Blue, look around. Look at how beautiful the world is. Beautiful compared to what? I live here. It's nothing new to me. I've never known another kind of world. By rights, this one should be as unnoticeable to me as the back of my own head. But it's not. Doesn't feel like that, and that's how I knew that this world was not my home. That there was another. The negative. The point of comparison. You think I'm just being lyrical, but it's true, it's a real place. I've been there, I've seen it. The counterworld. The invisible antipode.
You've been to Australia?
I was so flattered to be mentioned in that interview you did. It made me think it might be time for a comeback after all. I've seen so many things since I died. I can't wait to show everybody. You can go first, since I know you're a fan. Hey, come back! Can you bring my album? It's been a while. I wanted to make sure I remembered all the songs.
Wait here and I'll bring it to you. You can trust me, I'm a verified seller.
Doesn't matter. I've learned new words. On a red earth with a red sky. There are people out there, too. In the other world. They spoke to me, but I couldn't understand them.
Motherfucker, you did just go to Australia. Hey, is this the same building?
Every building is the same. Every person is the same. Every sentence means the same thing, and they wonder. Lights out.
Man, that is one thing about these games I will say. There are too many instances where, because of someone chasing you and changing the dialogue, there's not enough time to read the full dialogue. Man, I'm not a parrot. I'm not gonna fall asleep just because you put it back.
Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten us into. So maybe you both aren't ready to headline just yet. That's okay. You can stick to backup duties for now. We all had to pay our dues.
What's that?
That's the new wave. I thought you knew. Okay, fellas, I know it's been a while, but this is our big shot. Our chance to usher in the new. Why not start slow with a cover version?
Psst. BB, I think I can untie the... BB?
There's a new sun rising up in the angry sky, and there's a new voice saying we're not afraid to die. But the old world make-believe, it's blind and deaf and dumb, but nothing can change the shape of things come.
I hope you enjoy my improv... Whoa. That's fun. I hope you enjoy all my improv singing this game. Ha ha ha! Wee ha! Wee ha! Ha wee wee ha! Ha wee wee ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Wee ha! Ha ha ha! Wee wee! Ah! Whap! Twang!
Whoops! Hey, did any of you bring any strings? I'll just take a sec. The new wave of news seems to have crested a little earlier than anticipated. Don't worry, I still think we can turn this gig around. You guys remember the chorus of Walk Don't Run? Hello? Hello?
BB's report. After clinging to a piece of driftwood, ZZ and I eventually washed up on the beach and caught the last bus home. That was the last I saw of the band. In the end, the new wave broke apart before it could do much damage. By the time it rolled away, only the sassy beachwear store would be sassy no more. Stab Magazine, True Heads Only, No Scene, No Corporate, Weepster Wars Update, Weepy Man's new single, I'm the New Weepster, has prompted 4 new answer records claiming to be or inhabited by the spirit of the original Weepster, including Weepster's Revenge, Watch Out, I'm Little Weepster, and I'm the Weepster's Dad, Just Call Me Dad, and I'm the remastered original Weepster. New Schism Alert. Neo-Darkwave Murdercore has officially split from the horror wave crime punk tendency and requests that they move out of his garage. My newfound music career seemed to have ended at about the same time that all the money vanished from the scene. The remaining true believers spent their time on arcane factional disagreements before going underground. In the end, the only sign that anything mysterious had occurred was an abrupt Beach Boys revival that seemed to last all summer long. That was a really good one, but I feel like maybe I'm not deep enough into certain sects of music to get all of the jokes. I got a lot of them, but there were definitely some that I was like, okay, I can tell this is a joke about some music scene, but I don't quite get it. It was really funny though. It was good.